Today's video is all about telogen effluvium, or stress hair loss. I told you guys I would be updating you along my hair regrowth journey. I have learned a lot and I have actually not done a lot about it, and I'm about to get into why. So just a brief history why we're doing these videos here today is because I had COVID back in May and I started losing my hair 2 months later, and I lost almost nearly 50% of my hair. It was a lot of hair and I am still struggling with growing it back. But what was crazy is a lot of you responded to my first video about telogen effluvium and shared your stories, your remedies, your reasons why you did certain things and reasons why you didn't do certain things. So I looked into a lot of different solutions, and for me, I decided to actually leave my hair alone. And here is why. Because the more I looked into topical solutions, oral solutions, and things like that, I kept running into information about letting your hair go through this phase. Like it or not, you've lost your hair, you're losing your hair, and it's not fun. This was about my third or fourth time. I honestly can't remember how many times I've lost nearly all of my hair. A few times from chemotherapy and infusions, and then a couple of times where a hairstylist just absolutely burned my hair off. So I started losing hair at the root. It was very traumatizing to my follicles, what this person did. So then I lost my hair after it had already started growing back from chemotherapy. And then now this year I lost nearly 50% of my hair because of COVID. So this is not my first rodeo. I have tried other things several times that have worked, like the Kerastase Initialiste, Rogaine, all these different things. But because this is stress induced, telogen effluvium, it's a natural shedding phase, but trauma in itself, not necessarily just from COVID, from any type of major trauma in life, can trigger this shedding phase. And that's what's happening to a lot of us that are losing our hair from having COVID. It's just extremely traumatic to the body and to you mentally, because it's a very scary time to be alive. And there are so many side effects to hair regrowth serums and topical solutions and oral solutions to growing your hair back. So I decided to do nothing. The other times that I've lost my hair, I feel like I have known exactly what to do. I've read some articles where it says that if you start using products while you're in the shedding phase, it can actually make it worse. So there was a lot of things that scared me off of doing any actionables during the shedding phase. My hair, now it's November, mid-November when I'm filming this, it has finally stopped falling out. I want to talk about some solutions that I came across on the internet. So there are some surprising ones. The first one, there was an overwhelming amount of you that said that this worked. Rosemary oil. Rosemary oil is considered a natural form of minoxidil. It contains some components in there such as, I'll read them to you, camphor, carnosic acid, borneol, and 1,8-cineol, and apinine. So these are all natural compounds that act as antibacterials. They cleanse the scalp and actually stimulate hair growth. So I didn't talk about this in my first video about telogen effluvium from COVID. I had a lot of scalp sensitivity and I really didn't talk about it to anyone because I'm not itchy, but very painful, almost like a ponytail feeling all throughout my scalp, but also then a little bit that pain would initiate an itchy feeling, and I never mentioned it. And then a few of you commented, yeah, and I also experienced a lot of scalp pain. And I was like, oh my God, me too. It was just something I didn't talk about because I get headaches. I have sinus headaches, so sometimes my scalp can hurt. So I didn't really, put two and two together that was from the hair loss. Rosemary oil is supposed to be a natural analgesic and a pain reducer, so it helps with scalp pain. Don't just go and take rosemary oil and apply it to your scalp. I did a lot of reading about this. This was another reason why I didn't try this, because I was already having sort of some scalp pain and some scalp issues. It can cause further irritation to the scalp, so do not apply it directly on your skin. You need to dilute it with grapeseed oil, coconut oil, another carrier oil, okay, to protect your scalp from the harshness of rosemary oil. You can even add rosemary to your shampoo and conditioner and massage your scalp and rinse it out. And it's really supposed to help. I just personally didn't go that route because I was having this odd scalp pain that I didn't put two and two together. And it was just really scaring me off of doing anything, reading that trying things could really make it worse while you're in the shedding phase. The next solution that does work to regrow your hair, I have used this exact product a few times in my hair loss life. Women's Rogaine 5% minoxidil. This will work, but here's the thing about minoxidil. You have to continue to use it. You cannot just apply it and, do it for a month and stop. You'll actually lose the hair that has started to regrow. So this is something that you can't stop. And when I would use this after losing my hair to regrow it, I would continue to use it until all of my hair had been regrown and at a length that I could either cut my hair at, or it was at the length that it originally was when I started losing hair. So this is quite the commitment, but it does work. Other issues with minoxidil, if you have sensitive skin, it can cause irritation, it can cause your face to swell. So this isn't just something to sneeze at and just like go pick it up. Talk to your doctor about using minoxidil. You really need to look into it. Do a patch test, see how your skin does after applying it, because you really don't want to have a bad reaction, especially when you're losing your hair. We don't need any more trauma to the scalp. And it can cause facial hair growth. So if you're applying this like I lost a lot of hair around my face here. If you start applying, and this is regrowth, this is all too familiar to me. If you start applying it here and you don't wipe it off of your skin, you will grow hair on your face. So that's another thing. It's something you have to be very careful with. With continued use, it does work. Okay, this next remedy was a shocker, but it works for some people. But the more I read about it, the more I was like, ooh, I need to make sure I say this. If you have sensitive skin, I am a sensitive skin person. My body skin, my face skin, all extremely sensitive. Don't do this. But if you don't have such sensitive skin, this natural remedy might work for you. You're not gonna smell good though. It's onion juice. The sulfur in onion juice can actually promote collagen and stimulate the scalp. So when you stimulate the collagen and stimulate your scalp, it helps produce healthier skin cells, which in turn produces healthy hair growth. If you're up for it, go for it. I wouldn't want to smell like this, and I know it would cause me some major skin irritation issues. Also, you can dilute it with water, or you can do like a hair scalp mask and put it in coconut oil. Just juice an onion. Try it, only use it once a day. I honestly cannot imagine using onion juice once a day. You have to at least use it once a day, but don't use it more than once a day because it'll cause irritation of the scalp, and that's doing the opposite. So if you're down to try it, I have seen the results online and it looks like it works, but let me know if you have tried it or you've been tempted or you've read about using onion juice. I get it, the sulfur, it works, but can you imagine? It would either like make you hungry all day or just like you would have no friends left. The next natural remedy was the most interesting and the most tempting to me. But like I said, I decided to do nothing because I didn't want to do something that would increase hair loss. So saw palmetto comes from palm trees. It's a little fruit. You mash it up. You can get saw palmetto oil already made for you. And I'll link these things below. If you get curious and interested, I will link where to buy these things in the info below, and also link you to some other informative sites. Saw palmetto oil actually is known to block testosterone from dropping. And I know we all hear about men have to go to these testosterone clinics and like everybody's low in testosterone. Well, women can be very low in testosterone as well. Women, you need to do some sort of physical activity to keep your testosterone going. It's really important. And actually squats are the most testosterone producing movement you can do. So even if you just body weight squats, 20 squats a day, something to keep your testosterone up, it'll increase your energy and all this good stuff, and also help with female patterned hair loss. So testosterone levels in women, it's very important. I know a lot of people just talk about estrogen and testosterone testosterone. You need it for your metabolism, hair, and all that kind of stuff. So saw palmetto helps the body not break down testosterone, so you will see hair growth as well as a reduction in hair loss. They really haven't proven like how saw palmetto works so well. It's actually just kind of like considered the natural wonder drug for hair loss and hair growth. I'm really tempted to try it. So you may hear about me trying saw palmetto. God, that's so hard to say. Saw palmetto soon, especially since my hair has stopped falling out, because it doesn't only just help the areas that you've lost hair, it helps your hair grow. And I am all about getting my long hair back finally after all of these years after it falling out so much. So speaking of hormones, a lot of people take this pill and don't realize that it is a natural hormone in the body, melatonin. So melatonin helps the hair grow because hair follicles actually have melatonin receptors. There's also topical melatonin, so you can apply it to your scalp as well as take it at night, but you have to be careful, and I've never understood this. People who just take melatonin willy-nilly. I got into this all into natural health stuff. When I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, I was scared to death, so I was reading about everything. Around that time is when melatonin was like picking up in popularity for sleep and all this stuff, and I was like, whoa, y'all need to be careful because this is a hormone that you're playing with. So long extended use of melatonin can really put your hormones out of whack. The more I researched about melatonin, I did learn that topical melatonin is more effective than oral, but oral tablets or gummies or like whatever with melatonin in them still help with hair regrowth and hair loss as well as sleep. You may have some wild dreams. It makes me so sleepy the next day that I can't take it. But topical melatonin extends the anagen growth stage of hair. Like it literally does. It literally extends the anagen growth stage, which is the opposite of what we're going through. And it also naturally blocks DHT, which helps reverse the effect of thinning hair. So let me know in the comments which one of these remedies you've tried, what you're tempted to try. I'm most tempted to try saw palmetto. I feel like topical melatonin will make me too sleepy. I'm already fatigued from having an autoimmune disease. But saw palmetto is very interesting to me, and I read a lot about it, and I think it actually might be the winner of all of these. So let us know in the comments below what you've tried, what's worked for you, and maybe some things that haven't worked for you that have irritated your scalp, and why did you decide to try things? Again, I decided to do absolutely nothing because the more I read, it scared me to do anything during the shedding phase. I hope this video was helpful in some way. I am so sorry for all of you going through this same thing. It is very tough, but if you can wait it out and try some other natural things that may not irritate your scalp, I think that we'll all be okay. Hair does grow back. It's just so traumatic once it starts falling out. I mean, it broke my heart, especially after losing my hair so many times. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. If you like informative videos like this, it'll let me know. And again, keep a conversation in the comments. It really helps when everybody starts talking about what works for them, especially when it comes to something like hair loss.
All right.